Okay, I think you're right. They have to open Pandora's box in the next 2 episodes to set up the future projects. But what if they don't? Like, what if they kind of kick the can down the road again, and then like they have to do it in the Spider-Man movie? How you gonna feel about that?
That'll blow.
Yeah.
I mean, if they let
You won't be as
Peter
excited.
walk into a lab and bump into something, and it boom, and all of a sudden we got a multiverse, yeah, that would fucking suck.
I mean, I think it's impossible for them not to crack open multiverse in this because we're dealing with time, we're dealing with multiple timelines, and it just screams multiverse. But with the importance of the show so far, I mean that would set Loki apart from the other two so much more because the other ones really had zero impact, or at least compared to what this one's our assumed impact is going to have.
Oh yeah, I agree completely. But I think that the reason that is because I really think our traditional Loki's going to be dead, and this is his send off. We replace him with Shloki, and then this one has way more impact because of the caliber of person we're losing. We didn't lose anybody in the other two. We actually gained Vision back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, which was lame.
Yeah, a little bit. But
somebody's got to stay dead. Right. Other than Robert Downey Jr. And if Robert Downey Jr. needed a paycheck,
please come back.
He'd come back. They'd bring him back. Fuck it. Bring Tony back too. I mean
that's the way the comic books are, man.
I get it.
They don't stay dead long.
I know, but but you could have different timeline comic books, or they'll die and they'll go away. And
Bucky was considered to be sacred. He was the one character that stayed dead the longest. They'll never bring Bucky back. He's sacred. He's the one true dead person. And then they brought him back.
Yeah. After how many years though?
A long fucking time.
Exactly. So I mean, I can understand bringing
50+
characters
years.
back when they reimagine the MCU or something like that.
They did in the 80s.
Well,
no, they didn't bring him back till the 2000s.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Killed him off in the 50s.
But when they brought him back as Winter Soldier, it was still nobody knew it was Bucky.
Yeah, it was Bucky for a little bit.
So that's cool. I bet you the comic book fans were like, "Oh shit!" when they found out.
I mean, the way the story was progressing, everybody suspected it was Bucky, but it's kind of one of those things you just don't know. Kind of like the Red Hood in the Batman storyline, the Hush storyline.
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's a pretty good storyline. Ended up being Jason Todd, who is the second Robin. That was the one that was beat to death by a crowbar, with a crowbar by Joker, and then blown up.
How did he survive?
I forget.
Yeah, because my brother had that
Got
comic book, and I
sucked
read the one. I mean, yeah, he got shit
Loki.
kicked out of him.
Yeah, if Huddleston survives, it'll be weird. If they don't crack the multiverse, it'll be weird. I mean, I want Huddleston to still be there as Loki. I think he's a very interesting actor and a good character, but I can see the transition.
But after his travel now in the money laundering scheme, where he's at, I don't see. I think 100% chance Tom Hiddleston's making out of this. His Loki makes it out alive. Because how do you explain where he's at, go on some kind of prison escape from wherever he's at, and then die in 2 episodes? I think he's hanging around now.
Maybe.
Had he been stabbed and gone, yeah, definitely great for you to call that or something. But I mean, now that they've kind of planted a new story arc for him, and we only have 2 episodes left, which the majority of those episodes are going to have to be Shloki focused and time focused. I don't see them wrapping that thread up. I don't see him going to another planet with other Lokis and they're just chilling out, and then he gets hit by a bus or something and dies. Because that's how abrupt the death would have to be.
That'd be great.
It'd be hilarious.
I still think it's a red herring though, because I think that the implication that their relationship is important is clear there, and I think that's the red herring. And if he dies, then it lets you know that his part in it was not important. It was her. She was important.
Well, no. Okay, let's back it up. What if it is both of them? Because they can't die there because they're not even really supposed to be there. They're variants. They have to be pruned. They have to be reset back to their timeline. So if they die there, it fucks everything else up. So it's both of them. It's just because
maybe.
we haven't really seen.
But that's the whole thing about it. It doesn't create variance.
No, I guess they were
A
killing
Nexus
them
event.
variants in the they were stabbing them variants in
That
the
it wouldn't do a Nexus event because she was hanging.
cave or whatever.
Well, that's right. She when she was hanging out at other disaster events, she had an escape. But in this
Yeah.
one, they didn't have an escape, which would make it a Nexus event.
It's
Like
one of them. One of them is crucial. One of them.
It's
may or
obviously
may
going to be
not.
Shloki of the one that's more crucial of the two.
Yeah, I would think that where we're at in the
It's
world.
the new character. She's in the lion's den of the TVA. She's got the head judge under
Well,
knife.
we don't know. We don't actually know where she's at in relation
That's
to the TVA. I mean, that could just be the the back halls. That could be the dump for all they that could be nothing because it's so fake. We don't know where or when Kang is or if he'll even be introduced. I mean, I could see them continuing to have that hid. We'd come out of this and not have any idea who he is or where he is.
Yeah, but
Not see that till Ant-Man.
I think they have to resolve some of the TVA stuff or bring some of it more either illuminated or more into closure because that would be a big, I don't know, that seems like it would be a big letdown if they kind of left it as mysterious as it is now at the end of the series. Because it doesn't look like it'd be a long time before we ever got to look back into the TVA. Because we're not going to get TVA in Spider-Man. We're not going to get maybe in Doctor Strange, but it doesn't seem like
Near
it.
to be Ant-Man.
Yeah, I mean, that's like 2 years
If we get
from now.
TVA and Doctor Strange, he should be in trouble, right? Because there's no magic in the TVA. So if he ends up in there, like,
Yeah, he's in deep doo-doo.
yeah. So yeah, I don't know if we get a TVA after this. I think it probably blows up, implodes when the multiverse scatters. But in the